our opening report. And every Saturday until they lose, folks, much watched television is unquestionably Deion Sanders and his University of Colorado football team. They are known as the Buffaloes. And Coach Prime, as they call him, because his nickname was Prime Time as a player, playing professional football and baseball. And don't forget, his first games ever as a professional in either sport was in the Bronx with the New York Yankees in 1989. So we go back a long time with Prime, even though right here I have been critical of some of his moves over the past few months during his exodus from HBCU Jackson State. Nevertheless, it seems like the black American sports fan could care less about that. Everyone has the pom poms out for Coach Prime and are representing the University of Colorado, who have a black student population of less than 3%, while Dion, with his popularity, makes that school a fortune on top of the fortune that they already have. And Prime was talking a lot of trash all week this past week as his Colorado team was set to face their interstate rival, Colorado State University. Now, Dion is a great talker with a lot of game to him, but the talk this week was instigated by Colorado State head coach Jay Norville, who criticized Dion in the media for wearing sunglasses and hats when he is talking to adults. So the stage was set last night in Boulder, Colorado, on the campus of the Buffaloes. This game started at 10 o'clock East Coast time, folks. And again, it had the major sports fan up until 2:30 this morning, especially the black sports fan, myself included. And this game was fireworks from the beginning. The bad blood between the two schools was evident, and after the first quarter, the game was tied at 14 apiece. Colorado State, on a cheap shot, severely injured Jackson State's best player, two-way star Travis Hunter, who was the number one recruit in the country out of high school in 2022, and who Coach Prime got to go play for him at Jackson State last year. And that's unheard of. You never see the top recruit in the country go play at an HBCU. Sad, but that's the case. But Dion had the cachet to make that happen. Of course, when he left, he took him and all the top talent with him to Colorado. Anyhow, after the first two games of the season, he was being mentioned, Travis Hunter was, in the early Heisman Trophy talk. But that was derailed last night. He was taken out, as I said, on a cheap shot hit by a Colorado State safety in the first half. He left the game, then came back in before he would exit the game a final time and be taken to the hospital. And word this morning from Coach is that he will be out a few weeks. And I said, he is their best player, but maybe I should check myself on that because Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders, is the quarterback of this team, and he was tremendous. He threw the first 2 weeks, and last night, Shedeur Sanders, Deion's son, had thrown for the most yards by average in college football. And last night, late in this game, he was clutch again. Coach Prime and their team were down 28-17 in the fourth quarter, and without Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders led the team back. They tied it up at 28 apiece and went into overtime, where they would win in two overtimes by the final score of 43-35. And Deion's other son, Shiloh Sanders, who is a defensive back like his dad and wears his dad's number 21, had a huge pick six for a touchdown in this game. And after the game, the coach was exhausted, but he was very, very proud of his kids for holding it down. Okay, hold on, I'm about to hear from Coach Prime in 1 second. After the game, he was very happy because it would have been a loss that you would not have wanted to take with all the trash talk that was going on. All right, and after the game, this is what Coach Prime had to say. All right, and we are going to not play the audio right now because, like I said, we are broadcasting through Facebook Live as well, and the normal computer connection is not working today, so everyone listening cannot hear the audio. So we don't need it. I can tell you all the rest. All right. So big game from Shador Sanders, and have to give Dion a lot of credit. He has been his son's coach for his entire life. Dion was on television this week, and he was saying that he has been his son's only coach, and his son is doing a heck of a job. Okay, we know that there's not a lot of black quarterbacks who get the opportunity, and that's changing. That's changing now. But football, the NFL, college football has a long history of discrimination against black quarterbacks. All right, so it's always great to see a black quarterback out there shining, doing their thing, and Dion has prepared his son for this position, and his son has a connection with Tom Brady. All right, when your father is Dion, you have connections to everybody, and everybody is supporting Coach Prime and what he's doing. And Coach Prime is the coolest cat in the game. He always has been. And Tom Brady has reached out to Shador, the quarterback, and they've had a relationship now for some time. And his son, Shador, after the game, when he was asked about the position of being down by 11 points in the fourth quarter, and not just that, late with about 2 minutes to go, or maybe a little bit under, the Buffaloes were down by 8 points. They had the ball on their own 1 yard line. They were pinned against their own goal line. They had to drive the length of the field to tie the game up. And all right, so when you're down by 8 points, you need to march all the way down for the touchdown, which is 6 points, and then you have to get the 2 point conversion. And that is what he did. And he was cool under pressure. And that was a situation where, as much trash talk as Dion was saying, and as much trash talk as he, all right, has been talking, if they had lost that game at home last night, that would have been, everybody would have been off that bandwagon, all right? And one thing I did not mention is that Colorado was favored last night by 24 points, all right? So they were big favorites. A lot of people thought, obviously, that they were going to blow out Colorado State, okay, who came into the game 0-1. And but Colorado State was game, all right? There was a lot of bad blood, all right? With the trash talk coming in, pregame, there was some skirmishes on the field between the two teams. And like I said, in the first half of this game, Colorado State, they took out this kid, Travis Hunter, the best player on